Hello everyone, it's a great honor for me to take part in the first space conference organized by the International Organization of Aspiring Astronauts. In the next couple of minutes, I would like to share my journey to space camp. Um, First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Sandali Kumarsinghe from Sri Lanka, and I'm currently doing my undergrad studies in aerospace engineering. I was 18 when I went to the space camp. I always wanted to work in the space industry, but I never dreamed of becoming an astronaut or going to space uh, before going to the space camp. So space camp holds a special place in my heart because now my ultimate goal is to reach space one day. So that's my story. Before starting the presentation, I would like you to watch this small video clip on space camp.
For more than 30 years, Space Camp has mined, captured, and released the potential of young people from around the globe. Students and educators from more than 60 countries have attended programs at the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville, Alabama, home base for Space Camp, an official NASA visitor center, Smithsonian affiliate, and host to one of the world's largest collections of space history and artifacts. The Space and Rocket Center is a unique environment suited to launch life-changing learning. Here, those attending Space Camp Robotics, and Aviation Challenge discover potential that traverses from what if to can do. Beginning with orientation, Space Camp trainees meet their teammates and are immersed in their mission, principles of leadership, and decision-making that are inherent to achieving mission objectives. In addition to the surrounding environment of the Space and Rocket Center, this immersive experience requires special camp facilities designed to accommodate high standards for the health and security of camp trainees. Security and medical personnel provide round-the-clock services. The dining hall, or crew galley, meets dietary needs and addresses dietary restrictions to ensure that each trainee has a positive experience. Camp counselors, called crew trainers, are available at all times. Many of these men and women are university students or recent graduates who aspire to work in science and high technology fields. Crew trainers undergo extensive instruction spanning the operation of Space Camp's astronaut training simulators to daily contingency and emergency procedure. Trainees have diverse backgrounds and interests, and that means communication and problem-solving skills are sharpened throughout multiple-day resident camp experiences. Astronaut training exercises patterned after actual simulations used in manned spaceflight programs inspire dreams of what's next in pushing the space frontier. Space Camp's unique simulators, such as the 5 Degrees of Freedom, multi-axis, and 1/6 gravity chair, are integral to each team's mission and help launch trainees to space station and sharp realizations of requirements of life beyond Earth's atmosphere. Advanced programs incorporate microgravity exercises in the underwater astronaut trainer. The buoyancy of water invokes a sense of weightlessness, as well as offers the challenge of manipulating tools and equipment while wearing life-protecting suits. Interactions between land-based work and space-side personnel determine mission success or failure. Aviation Challenge finds trainees in land-based fighter pilot simulations. The centrifuge is among unique simulators for this program. Its use to prepare pilots has a long history, and trainees will experience up to 3 Gs, or 3 times the force of Earth's gravity. Water survival training is part of both Aviation Challenge and Space Camp. Water, land, and sky provide the environments for Space Camp Robotics, where trainees learn and apply principles in robotics design and engineering. All trainees build expectations while building new understanding of teamwork and leadership. Space Camp, Aviation Challenge, Space Camp Robotics, releasing potential, fueling the future.
So what is Space Camp? Space Camp is a 6-day program conducted by the US Space and Rocket Center and train us to become astronauts without even going to space. Space Camp was first launched in 1982 for the young people of United States, but currently trainees from all across the world travel each year to the US Space and Rocket Center to engage in the space-related programs. Trainees get to learn about space, the flight history, and work together in teams, and also they get to engage in simulated space missions. This is the summary of things that I got to do at Space Camp. So, like I mentioned, we get to do simulated space missions. There were 3 missions which I got to do during the Space Camp. Talking about it, first there were 3 missions: 1-hour missions in low Earth orbit, and 3-hour mission, or the extended duration mission, and the Orion Mars mission. So if I talk about the first mission, the 1-hour mission in low Earth orbit, so I hope you can see a picture. So this is like with this is a simulated environment where you feel like you're actually in space, and you actually you are in the mission control. So during the 1-hour mission, I got to do an EVA. EVA is an extravehicular activity which is performed outside the capsule or the shuttle or your spacecraft by an astronaut or a cosmonaut. So I have a small video clip which would help you to imagine how it's likely to be to do an EVA in space. So actually this is a footage from a space related movie. So this is me doing the EVA during the 1-hour mission. So basically there were 2 astronauts during our mission during the EVA, where there were 2 mission specialists. So we had to fix 2 antennas of a satellite. So in this picture, the gold plated, I hope you can see a gold plated area. So we were like in this area doing the EVA. So in the 3-hour mission, or the extended duration mission, I was the ECOM and the CMO. So ECOM is Emergency Environmental and Consumables Operations Manager, who monitors environmental systems on board the orbiter, including cabin pressure, temperature, and take care of the emergency situation. As well, like I mentioned, I was the Chief Medical Officer. CMO is the person who take care of the health and safety of the crew and the members, and he or she should take care of all the anomalies that is taken place in the space, or it can be even in the mission control. So during my mission, these are some of the pictures of in the first picture, I am at the mission control. So I am giving, and I'm giving the navigations and the instructions whenever they have an anomaly. And these are some of the pictures where actually astronauts got sick during the space mission. So I have to mention that it's likely not it's not likely to happen this in space, but during since it was a simulated mission, we were preparing how to act in such emergency situation. So during the Orion Mars mission, I was the flight activities officer. I was responsible for providing providing guidance, navigation, and so, for example, we were landing this space probe in a site of Mars. So I was giving navigations to land in a site where there was good environment conditions. So in this picture you can see that's the place where we did the Orion Mars mission. Here comes my favorite part, simulators, because actually it's really funny, and it's really you know, after doing really tough stuff, you're getting to do simulations. So the first simulation was 1/6 gravity chair. So during the missions, astronauts are trained to adapt to the gravity in planets like in another planet, especially moon is not a planet, but when astronauts went to the moon, they have to adapt to the gravity. So to adapt, the astronauts are being trained here on Earth. So this is me. So this is a small video where an astronaut actually you know, jumping on the surface of the moon.
Both at the surface at Taurus Littrow, we'd like to dedicate these first steps of Apollo 17 to all those who made it possible.
This is me on the 1/6 gravity chair, which all I had to do was hop like a rabbit. So yeah, the next simulation was multi-axis trainer. So there can be disorientation during the re-entry. So sometimes there will be like spins, so the astronauts could get sick. So that's the reason why they are being trained to endure such a situation. So this is me at space camp doing my multi-axis trainer simulation. So in this picture you can see a pool. So actually this is our diving site. Unfortunately we couldn't do the underwater astronaut training session, which is helping you to understand what it's like to be in microgravity. So unfortunately there was a thunderstorm and we couldn't perform this task. Engineering challenges: constructing a rocket, designing a spacesuit, and thermal protection. In the first activity we designed a rocket using the necessary components, like considering the factors like center of gravity and choosing the perfect nozzle for the rocket, and in order to have a perfect launch for the rocket. But unfortunately we couldn't launch the rocket due to the bad weather. And the next challenge was designing a spacesuit. Sports, which is space debris, pressure, and oxygen, radiation, and temperature are the factors which affect astronauts in space. So we had to consider those factors and we had to design a spacesuit. We were not using actual materials, but we just have to you know, take the context of these 5 factors and design a spacesuit. In the next activity it was thermal protection, where we had to design a suitable material which would provide protection during excessive heat for an astronaut during a space mission. Other than that, there were many fun activities and several lectures on space law, gravitational waves, career guidance, and museum tours as well, where we got to learn about the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo missions, and almost the history of space exploration of US, and it was very informative. The most important day of the whole week is the graduation ceremony, and this is the moment we all have been looking for. So there were hundreds of other students who got their wings on this special day. So I got my wings from the NASA astronaut Larry DeLucas. It was such an amazing day, and it is such a memorable moment for me. After the graduation ceremony, I got the chance to take part in the event called Lunch with an Astronaut. So I got the chance to have lunch with astronaut Larry DeLucas and to ask questions from him. And this is me and astronaut Larry DeLucas. That was the first time that I got to meet a real astronaut, and I got a few autographs as well, which was really amazing and really special for me. So thank you so much, guys, for joining for this session, and I would like to thank International Organization of Aspiring Astronauts for inviting me for this event. It's a great honor as well as a pleasure for me to talk to a couple of people who share the same dream, and it feels amazing. So I would like to say that keep working on your dreams very hard, and someday you will get to reach for your dreams. So keep working hard and reach for the stars.